That's good. That's Christy Moore. That's a song called, of course, Don't Forget Your Shovel, written by Christy Hennessy. And that's from an album called Irish Comedy Songs. And I'm sure Christy is very pleased to be in the company of Conal Gallen, Richie Kavanagh, Podge and Rudge, and Hugo Duncan. It's on sale at the moment, but I wouldn't go near it. That's a track that, well, you can like that. Good morning. The number to... What a horrible day outside. I'm in Belfast today. The fat boy was talking to Conor Murphy and receiving nothing in return, and the snow is flying down outside. It's incredible. It's going to be a very, very bad day here today. I was talking to a Polish lady the other day, and she couldn't believe it. She's just sitting back laughing at us. She says, "What's wrong with you people?" So we have 5 months of snow every year, and nobody worries about it. Everything works great. I think the answer is maybe perhaps if we knew what we were doing, it would be great. The number to ring if you want to contact this programme is 08459 555 678. Email address is jerry.anderson@bbc.co.uk. Text messaging service 81771, which never fails to amuse. A gentleman writes to me and he said, reminded me of Conor Murphy there, I have been a lifelong insomniac, but last night I stumbled upon the cure. I taped Ulster Unionist leader Tom Elliott talking to Noel Thompson in Hearts and Minds when Tom said, "The Ulster Unionist Party is the only party too." I was out like a light. No more sleepless nights in Castle Derrick for me. Rock on, Tommy. That's from Rip Van Tinkle. And Nigel Porter writes to me in a stream of consciousness, as he does every now and again. I think he uses me like a psychiatrist's couch. He doesn't use any punctuation at all, which is great, a la James Joyce. "Hi, Jerry. Hope you're keeping well. Just a wee note. Great show, as always. Anyway, these very cold days remind me of the school skiing trip I went on many years ago somewhere in the north of Italy. I can't remember the name of the place we stayed well. The highlight of the trip was when there was no snow, a very useful natural substance for a skiing holiday, but it was very, very cold. Our teachers had a plan B. We had to take a 2-hour coach trip to another resort where there was a lot more snow, but also a ski lift strike, which meant that every day at 12 o'clock the lifts would stop and we'd just lay about doing nothing until the lift started again. About 2 p.m. during a bit of skiing up the mountain, we took a dreaded stomach cramps. I skied down the mountain to the nearest toilets, rushed in instead of toilets in the cubicles. There was a hole in the floor like a shower tray with a big hole in it. I got myself in position, and then from nowhere a man with a big hose started hosing the place. He must have known I had stomach cramps. After that I got outside and rolled in the snow with the stomach pains, and an American woman shouted to her husband, "Hey Harry, this young guy is in a lot of pain." Anyway, I got better and got my appendix out 28 years later, which was back in June this year. Oh, there was a guy in the music charts at the time of the school skiing trip singing, "Shut up your face." Thank you, Nigel. Good to get that off your chest.
Whoa! Say, man.
What? What do you want? Don't bother me now. Leave me alone for a second, will you?
Whoa!
They're coming down that railroad track. Yeah, look yonder coming down that railroad track. George Blossom Special, bringing my baby back.
Say, man.
Hey, leave me alone right now.
Say, man.
What? Hold off for a minute. Going down to Florida and get some sand in my shoes. Or maybe California, get some sand in my shoes. Orange Blossom Special, lose these New York blues.
All aboard now. Say, man,
What?
when you going back down to Florida?
Oh, I don't know if I reckon I ever will go back down to Florida.
Aren't you worried about getting your nourishment in New York City?
Oh, yeah. I don't care if I do-da, 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 do-da. scrambling. She's the fastest train on the line. Hey, talk about a revving. The fastest train on the line. The orange blossom special rolling down that seaboard line. Orange blossom special rolling down that seaboard line. Orange blossom special rolling down that seaboard line.
Say, man.
Say, leave me alone, will you? Why don't you go get your nourishment somewhere else? Don't reckon that we will do-da, 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 do-da,
Say, man, when you gonna end this song?
I don't care if I do-da, 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 do-da.
That's a song you don't hear every day. That's a man called. Let me see. No. It's a band called Deadbolt, and that's Orange Blossom Special. It's from Johnny Cash cover CD called Dear Johnny. Young lady with me, Sarah Lynn. Good morning, Sarah.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm very well. How are you?
It's not very often a girl from Killinchi gets to be in the American Billboard charts.
My goodness, I have to say it has been a whirlwind. Absolutely.
When did this happen?
The song itself, which is a collaboration with a DJ called DJ Mog.
Yeah.
It kind of it occurred about a year ago, like where we kind of recorded it.
Uh-huh.
But then we released it over here probably about February time.
Yeah.
And then it was re-released over in America in October.
Well, tell me who DJ Mog is for the benefit of people who don't know.
He's a DJ and producer from Belfast.
Yeah.
And I have to say he is and has been very driven in trying to get this song out there, heard by anyone, and it's been driven in the right direction, I have to say.
The song is called Somewhere.
It is indeed.
And we'll hear it now in a minute.
Yeah, I wrote the lyrics and sang it about, I must have written them about 4 years ago. But then the sort of the co-write comes in and the collaboration comes in whenever a song kind of starts to take direction. So, it was rejigged, so to speak, whenever we started doing the dance version of it. So it is.
And it ended up in one of those very prestigious American charts, the Billboard. What chart was that in particular?
It's the dance airplay chart over in America.
Well, you see, that's hugely influential over there because, it's a whole world that we probably know. Well, I know very little about. You've got your regular chart and then you've got country charts, but they're all, to get to number one and an American chart, it's just amazing. How did you feel about that when you found that out?
A mixture of completely elated and really a little bit scared just of the possibility, because it's so wonderful how many opportunities have come and
well, what kind of things have happened to you? Have people been in contact with you? They want you to go over there. What's going on?
I think the number of opportunities that have arisen are just endless, and I think I have to be so specific about what I do next, and taking the success of this and running with it,
Uh-huh.
So it's really just looking at the right producers, working with the people that have been involved with Ego Records, and just trying to take it as far as we can,
Now, I don't know much about you, Sarah, but I think, now forgive me if I'm wrong, I read somewhere in the paper that you hadn't had it easy for a while. You had a couple of wee difficulties. What kind of wee difficulties did you have? If you don't want to talk about it, it's okay.
Absolutely. Look, I think openness about this subject is so important, and it's through that I've really felt that it has helped people get to know me as a person and not just an artist.
So what was your problem?
It was probably about 8 years ago. I suffered, it was what they call a manic episode, and it's linked to what they call bipolar. And so it's it's sort of that manic depressive disorder, and so I've kind of been trying to get through things since then, but I've just really come out the other side, and I have to be so positive about that, because a year ago I would never ever have thought I would be sitting in the studio. Never.
Well, you look very bright and breezy, but then again, appearing sometimes fooled, and is this a good thing for what's happening to you, or is this going to put extra pressure on you? Is this a good thing? Will this help you?
I think it's a very good thing, because it helps me gauge how much stress I need to say, accept what I need to say yes to, what I need to say no to. And it's been assertive in that way, because I know it's a difficult business, but I'm really aware of that now.
Let me take a little advice now. I always say yes to everything.
Yeah.
Because they'll stop asking you.
Oh, that's dangerous telling me that. I would take on any challenge.
Now, people are wondering probably why you won't do anything in the studio, but we only just talked recently, and I really want you to come in here, maybe perhaps in January, and do a proper little session here on a Friday morning, and bring whoever in, maybe DJ Mog, I don't know, whoever you want to bring in, because I mean, this is a worldwide thing, and there you are from Killinchy, and just cracking the whole world.
Well, try hold me back. It'll be hard to keep me away from the place. Seriously.
But you look lovely too.
Thank you.
And you're very bright and you're breezy and you're cheerful. You're great.
Yeah, oh, thank you.
Now, did we not see you on Children in Need this year? You did something for that.
Yes, I actually. While I was in the crowd in the Odyssey, because we got tickets to go, see myself on the screen going, oh my goodness. But yeah, no, it was wonderful. That was something the BBC had done with. It was a pilot scheme that Max Mulholland Aftercare Services.
And what was that exactly?
It is a support network for young people that might be suffering in times of need and maybe with mental health difficulties. They've been wonderfully supportive, and so this was. It's called EGALA, which is Equine Assisted Growth and Learning Association.
Equine
Assisted Growth and Learning.
Equine as in horse?
That's horses, yep.
Oh, so they use horses to kind of,
It is so wonderful how they can help it's sort of using the horses as a medium instead of just talking over a table clinically, I think is wonderful. And so I took part in that, and that's what the wee video up on the screen for Children in Need was for.
Are there many young people like yourself? Is there much more pressure on young people these days, do you think? I mean, you talk to people. I mean, when I was kind of, a teenager, nobody bothered about me. And I didn't have anything, and nobody cared about me. It was great. But now there's a lot of pressure. It seems to me that young people are under pressure. Do you think that's true?
I
or maybe
do
not,
think,
I don't know.
I think it's almost self-inflicted pressure.
Yeah, you're worried about mobile phones and text and Facebook and everything.
And
piles up, doesn't it?
I really do believe that a lot of these celebrities, unfortunately, it's promoting image, and I kind of feel bad for some of the young teenagers, maybe young girls especially, who feel that there's a real need and focus on always looking the way that celebrities do.
And they feel as if they don't look like Kylie Minogue or Angelina Jolie, there's something wrong with them.
I know.
And when they look at the photographs in the magazine, they don't realise that they're all airbrushed anyway.
Exactly, and it's not real. It's not real.
No, it's just like kind of Barbie dolls, basically. Anyway, Sarah, it's really nice to talk to you, and I look forward to coming in the studio with whoever you want to bring in. And this is your song, This Is You, with DJ Mog, and the song is called Somewhere, and it's riding high in the charts in America.
Thank you.
Lonely but not alone. I will
That's Sarah Lynn and DJ Mogg from Belfast. That's a song called Somewhere Riding High in the American Billboard charts. Isn't that fantastic? Anyway, speaking of America, Patricia Ruddy says, still listening wherever I can, whenever I can here in the US. I heard a lady requesting a song that I often heard sung in Culdaff when I was growing up. It was called She Lived Beside the Anner. Now, that's the second time we've had a request for that, yesterday and today. So we'll have to play that. If you enter this into Google, you can hear a version of it, also on YouTube. Thank you. A gentleman, Adam, says, at times I see things and wonder at the lunacy of it all, but I've just been rendered speechless. Bearing in mind the weather conditions, a car is better equipped with small, narrow tyres a la Mini Cooper. And generally speaking, in snow and ice, the bigger the tyre, the more difficult to drive. I've just seen a hearse with massive alloy wheels, think gangster rapper, Premier League footballer hybrid, and low-profile tyres. What can it all mean? Do the dear departed, wish to be donutted around Asda car park? Well, could be my last wish. And a gentleman, here's something I should announce. Please announce that it is with regret that we have to cancel our play, The Rare Old Times, on Saturday the 4th of December, that's tomorrow night, in the Institute of Irish Leadership. What a great place. Pomeroy, due to present weather conditions and more snow forecast for the weekend. Sorry about this. That's Mr. Burns, or Kathleen Burns, I'm sorry. The Institute of Irish Leadership. Hey, in Pomeroy. So that's off tomorrow night. And we were talking yesterday about Robert Service. So a gentleman has taken the liberty of writing a poem, which I'm going to recite now. I'm afraid it's dedicated to my friend, Mr. Coyle. A bunch of the boys were whooping it up in the Marmalade Saloon. Sean Coyle, wearing a gingham gown, was hitting a ragtime tune. Up at the bar, with an evil scar, sat dangerous Geordie Tuft. He was quite merry on cooking sherry, as on his pipe he puffed. And in the corner, hidden from view, sat the boy who was named Sue. The batwing doors swung open wide, and in stepped Jimmy Cricket, a mean machine with Wellington's green. He looked so bad and wicked. "Hey, come here, there's more." Cricket did roar, each man's face turned to blue. Cricket was loaded for bear, cougar, even kangaroo. Cricket drank a beer and said, "Come here, I'll shoot you boys, it's true. I've come for my wee dote in the buckskin coat," pointing to a boy named Sue. Geordie broke a spell with a bull-like yell. "Wee Sue belongs to me. I'd plug you, Cricket, even though you're wicked. You just wait and see." In the Marmalade Saloon, Sean did swoon. Which would be the slayer? He yelled, "Stall the wedding, it's home I'm heading. Don't shoot the piano player." And in the corner, staring at his shoe, sat the boy who was named Sue. Two shots rang out. Coyle gave a shout, pulled his gown over his head. Geordie and Cricket, who were ornery and wicked, both lay cold and dead. Now the Northern Lights have seen straight sights, but the strangest, I am telling you, was Sean Coyle in a gingham gown, taking home the boy named Sue.
I called a taxi in the old Smoky Mountains. Had to get to the airport before 10 o'clock. And I had to check out of my rat trap motel room, and the nearest bus station was a 10-mile walk. Well, the taxi cab pulled up, the driver stepped out. She had a pink shirt with black slacks and some cheap perfume. And there were holes in her smile, and she talked kind of raspy. She was shaped like the sister of old Earthquake Magoon. Well, the sunrise was hazy, and my suitcase was heavy, and she lit up a smoke while my shoulder blade sagged. She said, "I'll take you as far as the Hickory Airport, but I'm not getting paid to carry your bags." I took a 2-hour taxi through North Carolina. I heard more bluegrass music than I wanted to hear, but the big lady driver had a tattoo of Jesus. Said, "Let the Lord bless you, keep you, my dear." Said, "Let the Lord bless you, keep you, my dear." The cab smelled like menthol, the floorboards were dirty from styrofoam cups and old cigarettes. She said, "I hope that my daughter doesn't pick up these habits. She's only 9 years old and she's way too young yet." Well, I looked out the window at the old Smoky Mountains while she sang high harmonies with Charlie Monroe. And the air smelled like hickory mixed in with the menthol. Both sides of the highway were covered with snow. She said, most of my family, they live in a trailer. My husband hauls diesel, so we're not on relief. I pictured him in the back of a Rip Griffin's truck stop, making eyes at the waitress with a good set of teeth. I took a 2-hour taxi through North Carolina. I heard more bluegrass music than I wanted to hear. But the big lady driver had a tattoo of Jesus. Said, let the Lord bless you, keep you, my dear. Said, let the Lord bless you, keep you, my dear. Well, I reached for my billfold as we pulled in the airport. She blew me a kiss as she counted the cost. And as she pulled away, there were mandolins playing, with the smoke from the menthols and the tailpipe exhaust. And it sounded kind of like...
Fantastic. That's a song that many of you asked me to play. I played it the other day. It's by Adam Carroll, and it's called The Smoky Mountain Taxi. Oh no! No! There's been a horrible mistake. I'm sorry. I knew what would happen. I put Christy Moore on singing "Don't Forget Your Shovel If You Want to Go to Work." Hugo's been in. He sabotaged the machine. I can't get it stopped. It's going to play until the news at 11 o'clock. I can't get it off.
And a skirt above her knee. Says, I horse it into you, Cynthia, for you're the girl for me. Into you, Cynthia, for you're the girl for me. You're the finest looking filly that I did ever see. You're the onions in me burger, you're the sugar in me tea. So horse it into you, Cynthia, for you're the girl for me. When I asked her, what are you having? Well, you should have heard her shout. I'll have another double vodka and another pint of stout, and a bag of cheese and onion, and then I'll have a pea. Says, I horse it into you, Cynthia, for you're the girl for me. Yes, horse it into you, Cynthia, for you're the girl for me. You're the finest looking filly that I did ever see. You're the onions in me burger, you're the sugar in me tea. So horse it into you,
92 to 95 FM and 1341 medium wave. This is BBC Radio Ulster.
BBC News at 11 o'clock with Sabrina Sweeney. Another candidate who stood for the Ulster Unionists in the general election has quit the party. The BBC has learned Harry Hamilton, who's also well known as a Freddie Mercury impersonator, says he's keeping an open mind about his future, but would be open to an approach from the Alliance Party. Here's our political correspondent, Gareth Gordon.
Harry Hamilton stood for the Ulster Conservatives and Unionists in Upper Bann, polling more than 10,500 votes. But he was subsequently rejected as a candidate for next year's Assembly elections, finishing only 4th in the Constituency Association's selection process. It's understood he handed in his resignation this week, but had wanted to keep it quiet until after the party conference in Belfast tomorrow. However, he confirmed that he was going when contacted by the BBC this morning, saying he didn't believe the Upper Bann Association was fully behind the politics he was supporting. Asked if he was thinking of joining the Alliance Party like Paula Bradshaw, another Westminster candidate subsequently rejected by the Ulster Unionists, he said he would be open-minded about any approach. A third Ulster Unionist Westminster candidate, Trevor England, has also left the party following a dispute with the new leader, Tom Elliott, over his position on attending GAA matches.
Just 2/5 of people in Northern Ireland believe their local police force is doing an excellent job. That's according to the Department of Justice annual crime survey. For the third consecutive year, people said the most important way to improve confidence would be tougher sentences. The Road Service Minister Conor Murphy says his department is willing to talk to local councils about gritting footpaths. He was speaking after complaints about the condition of pavements in some areas.
There is a resolution to this issue. Councils do have the physical resources to put this out in the ground. Road Service will work with them to try and get this issue resolved. And I would certainly hope that even at this late stage that the councils would come forward.
And now with that all-important weather forecast, here's Cecilia Daly.
Snow will continue to affect many eastern and southern counties, with mini blizzards likely as the snow becomes heavier and the southerly wind picks up. The west will be drier, though very icy. This afternoon the snow will ease away from the east and it will become drier and brighter, with a slight thaw in places as temperatures reach between 2 and 4 Celsius. This evening will quickly become very icy.
BBC News.
BBC Radio Ulster. Travel News. Snow is causing major problems in parts of Ulster this morning, so drive with extreme care. I've also had reports of hazardous conditions on many roads. In Armagh, the Drumcairn Road is dangerous with compact snow and ice. Also in Armagh, the Napa Road, Maydown and Tullysaran roads are all treacherous, as are the roads between Magherafelt and Castle Dawson, as well as between Coleraine and Ballycastle. Meanwhile, in County Down, roads remain slippery around Downpatrick and Castlewellan. There has already been an accident on the Ballydonnell Road near Downpatrick. And if you're travelling in on the motorways into Belfast, snow is causing low visibility, so make sure to switch on dipped headlights. In East Belfast, the traffic lights are not working at the junction of Sandown Road and Knock Road, therefore approach with caution. On to flights at Belfast International Airport. This morning's flight from New York is now due at 11:15. The 9:05 arrival from Edinburgh is now due at 1 o'clock, and EasyJet's flight from Liverpool, which was due at 10:15, is delayed to 12:30. At the George Best Belfast City Airport, the 10:20 arrival from Gatwick is now expected at midday. And finally, Doncaster Sheffield Airport is expected to remain closed until Sunday morning, so check with your airline before travelling to the airport. Anne Jordan reporting.
Travel News on BBC Radio Ulster.
Thank you, Wendy Austin's here. Good morning, Wendy. How are you?
Hi, Gerry. I'm grand. Thanks very much. See, you're well wrapped up with your cowhitch scarf on.
Love my scarf.
Oh, yes, I see that.
What have you on the programme today? If you can make it through the snow
well,
to the
exactly.
other studio.
Are you ever going to get home? It's chucking down snow out there, by the way. So we're going to be looking at that. The international airport's closed at the moment to flights. The roads are terrible. So if you're having a particular problem, maybe if some of your loved ones are stuck somewhere, let us know on the usual numbers at 12 o'clock.
The fat boy's inundated this morning, apparently, and you'll be the same.
I bet he was, yeah. I mean, the weather's terrible.
You'll be the same.
But sure, it's the winter. We'll be asking as well, any sign of Christmas around you? Downpatrick's tree is now up, the new one, the improved version in St Patrick's Square. You'd be glad to know. But we've had other towns complaining that they don't have one at all. So if that's the case, maybe that's better than the one Downpatrick had.
The one beside the toilet?
The one beside the toilet.
With a fence around it?
Yeah.
That was great.
It was brilliant, wasn't it? Strategically placed. So you can let me know about that. Maybe, the weather's terrible. Maybe you're stuck at home. You've had the kids off school all week. Yeah. I'm going to give you a chance to let it rip. Freak Out Friday. Give me a ring and have a really good moan. We're going to do a bit of that. Serious story. Trolley waits in accident and emergency. We hear about those always at this time of year. But some of those people could be cancer patients who apparently have to wait in line too. And we'll be asking, should they not be fast-tracked through to the cancer unit rather than having to go through? Wouldn't you? Would that be too sensible, perhaps? No. I don't know. And what's that Christmas song that's stuck in your head?
I always liked Jonah Louie, Don't Stop the Cavalry, because it always reminded me of the brass bands that used to walk around the streets and play. The Salvation Army band. I don't know if they still do that or not, do they? I always associate that with Christmas. It's a great song.
It's a good song.
What about you? What's your favourite?
Well, I've got All I Want for Christmas Is You stuck in my head. That's really sad, isn't it?
Particularly
That
bad.
is so bad. That is terrible. Yes. I think we'll leave it there and I'll creep out and pretend I didn't say that.
Goodbye.
So you can let me know about that too.
Yes, indeed, yes.
Bye. Safe home.
Bye. Here's a cheerful song. It's called Cell Phones Ringing in the Pockets of the Dead. Many people asked to hear this again. I played this last week. It's not what it seems.
time. He's got him reaching for the girl in number 9. She's reading horoscopes, looking for a sign, waiting for the train that'll take her down the line. Hey! Hey, hey, hey! Cell phones ringing in the middle of the street. History's telling stories that a sailor won't repeat. Believers and infidels are fighting in the heat, while bodies of the innocent are covered with a sheet. Hey, hey! Hey, hey, hey! I said, hey! Hey, hey, hey! Everybody's looking for what they cannot find. I'm down here on Bleecker Street, trying to read your mind. Hey, 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 hey. Santa Claus and Robin Hood are doing what they can to feed the poor and soak the rich and help the fellow man. While senators and congressmen are working on a plan to get some more vacation time to get a deeper tan. Hey! Hey, hey, hey! Sheena's in the jungle trying hard to keep it real. The doctor's in the alehouse trying to cop a feel. The Count of Monte Cristo wants to make another deal. Dracula's in the kitchen and he's looking for a meal. Hey! Hey, hey, hey! I said, hey! Hey, hey, hey! Everybody's looking for what they cannot find. I'm down here on Bleecker Street, trying to read your mind. Aristotle's riding on a ferry boat to Mars, while Juliet is creeping through the closets of the stars. Romeo is on the run, smoking blue cigars, putting cocoa butter on the cover of the scars. Maggie May and Captain Hook are walking down the aisle. The president saunters in astride a crocodile. The Ayatollah swears he is not a pedophile, and the rights of man don't mean a damn here in the age of style. Hey, hey! Hey, hey, hey! I said, hey! Hey, hey, hey! Cell phones ringing in the pockets of the dead. Cell phones ringing in the pockets of the dead. Cell phones ringing in the pockets of the dead. Cell phones ringing in the pockets of the dead. Hello? Hello? Is anybody there? I said, hey! Hey, hey, hey! I said, hey! Hey, hey, hey! Cell phones ringing in the pockets of the dead. Cell phones ringing in the pockets of the dead. Cell phones ringing in the pockets of the dead.
Not everybody's cup of tea, I admit. It's called Cell Phones Ringing in the Pockets of the Dead. That's Willie Nile. I think it's great. Colin McGee is with me. Good morning, Colin.
How you doing, Gerry?
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, no problem.
The 7th Belfast Nashville Songwriter Festival and Songwriting Convention.
Yes, I mean, exciting times for us. It just seems like a few weeks ago we were talking in BBC Radio Ulster about last year's festival, and here we are again. And
getting bigger and bigger.
It's just every single year getting bigger and bigger. I mean, we've got really fabulous artists this time. Again, our very own Brian Kennedy.
Yes.
Is playing the festival for the first time, and Foy Vance, Billy Bragg, Jerry Fish, Keris Matthews, Nick Kershaw, all sorts of people coming. And it's going to be an exciting week, last week in February.
And not just the old chestnuts either. I see you've got Southern here, a young band who were in here a couple of weeks ago and fantastic.
That's right, and they played beautiful songs in here. I heard it on the radio. And
they're only like 18, 19,
That's right, young Lucy. I think Lucy's 16. Even, and Tom is 18. He's writing beautiful songs. Both of them are writing beautiful songs, and we're giving them a real lift this year again because I think they've got fantastic potential to
Whenever
go
I see young people
big.
like that here so talented, there's something inside me dies because at that age
memories.
I was still going to the matinee. So it's on the 23rd and the 27th of February inclusive.
Yeah, it is indeed. We're probably going to have around 150 songwriters playing it over 5 days.
Well, what are the venues?
Yeah, for the first time we're using the Crescent Arts Centre, which is going to be excellent. It's a beautiful building. And, we're going to put a whole series of showcases in there in what we're calling the Songwriters Festival Listening Room, where we're inviting music industry people to come and hear new talent and hopefully create some work for people, because it's about enjoying the music, but it's also about creating opportunities for people.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And now, can people buy tickets for these now, in case they're worried, in case they mightn't get in, or probably nothing on sale yet?
Oh no, we've got them up on sale on our website. There's we've got our BelfastNashville.com is the website, and they can also drop into the Belfast Welcome Centre there, in front of the Belfast City Hall, 47 Donegal Place. Yeah. But they can ring the ticket office. If anyone's got a pen at home, we could give them the phone number. So the website is BelfastNashville.com. The telephone number is 02890 246 609.
Okay, I've got all those numbers here, anyone who missed them. And you've also got, for God's sake, Nancy Griffith.
Yeah, Nancy comes every single year. This
great.
is year 5. I mean, she's just a lovely woman. When she comes, she likes to go into the primary schools, believe it or not. It's not very well known, but in behind the scenes, she'll come here. She'll stay for 7 nights. She'll get involved in the festival right from the start to the finish, talk to people, encourage people, and actually go into primary schools and encourage and inspire young people to get involved in the arts. So she's a fabulous woman.
I remember a long, long time ago, the first time I ever met her, we were doing an ILTV programme many years ago called the show in the Joker Club in Balmoral. It was quite controversial at the time. It was actually taken off. As indeed many things I'm involved with are taken off.
Why was it controversial?
Well, it was a wee bit ahead of its time, but it's a long time ago. Older listeners will remember. But anyway, one of the first guests was Nancy Griffith. She came up on stage and she sang "It's a Hard Life Wherever You Go."
Oh.
And she started off the first verse about being in a taxi in Belfast. And I went, wow. Brilliant.
Yeah. Oh,
what a great. That's a
beautiful.
You go. Oh,
yeah,
brilliant.
It's a beautiful song, and again, a lot of her songs have got important messages in there about, and that's a lot of songwriters aim for that too. You need to touch people, you need to move them to laughter or tears, and that's the measure of a good song.
So get on the website now. It's www.belfastnashville.com. See what's on offer, and if you feel like booking something, book it now, and keep it in mind. There's certainly a great variety, and well done, Colin.
Yeah, no problem.
Going to play who else but Brian Kennedy. Thank you for coming in.
Intentions are good. I use my intuition, it takes me for a ride. But I never understood other people's superstitions. It seemed like suicide. And as I play the game of life, I try to make it better each and every day. And when I struggle in the night, the magic of the music seems to light the way. Intuition takes me there. Intuition takes me everywhere. Where my instincts are found, I had to learn to use them in order to survive. And time after time, I found no suspicion it's good to be alive. When I'm deep down and out, lose communication with nothing left to say. It's then I realize it's only a condition of seeing things that way. Intuition takes me there. Intuition takes me everywhere. Takes me. Intuition takes me there. Intuition takes me everywhere. Intuition takes me there. Intuition takes me everywhere.
Like anything was possible, hit cruise control and rub my eyes. The last 3 days, and the rain was unstoppable. It was always cold, no sunshine. Yeah, running down a dream that never would come to me, working on a mystery, going wherever it leads, running down a dream. I rolled on, the sky grew dark. I put the pedal down to make some time. There's something good waiting down this road. I'm picking up whatever's mine. I'm running down a dream that never would come to me, working on a mystery, going wherever it leads, running down a dream. Yeah, I'm running down
That's Tom Petty, of course, and the Heartbreakers. I'm very, very happy to have Kimmy Rhodes with me today. Kimmy, good morning.
Morning, Gerry.
Look at you.
Morning, Belfast.
Good morning, Belfast. But look at you. Look at how great you look.
Oh, thank you.
Hey.
I like for folks on the radio to know. I think it's important to always let people know how great you look on the radio.
Tell them what I look like.
Oh, you look fantastic. Got that scarf on. Very, very perfect.
Emaciated.
Distinguished and Christmassy. And
emaciated,
it's
wrecked.
practically snowing inside. And then we've got Gabriel Rhodes over here in his hat and scarf. Looking
Gabriel,
very,
your
very
son. Good morning, Gabriel. How are you? Morning. You've been here a number of times, Kimmy, and I can't tell you how great a pleasure it is to have you in here because you're one of the finest songwriters in America, and anybody who knows anything about your work knows that you're the best.
Oh, thank you so much.
And it's great to have somebody of your, as they say, caliber in here.
Oh, thank you.
You're doing a short tour, aren't you?
We're doing a short tour. It's kind of a mostly promo. We didn't play very many dates. We've got this new Christmas record called Miracles on Christmas Day. Long awaited for me to record this record, and so I thought, well, we'll add a few dates just for, in between, see if we can get to them.
Okay. Now tonight and tomorrow night you're in the Bronte Centre in Rathfriland 2 nights. And I'm told that the gig is obviously still on because in case people out there are looking out the windows and seeing a blizzard. But those are still on, so there's no reason at all to feel nervous about heading out for there if they want to. So you'll be there tonight. And any other gigs you do?
Well, actually, what I want to tell them is also, weather permitting, and it looks like it is. I just phoned down there and they said it's fine, but there's a craft fair tomorrow, and it benefits the Royal Hospital for Sick Children and the Como-Romanian Orphanage Appeal.
Okay.
And that'll be tomorrow afternoon from 10:30 to 3:30, and weather permitting, the St. Mary's Primary School Children's Choir is going to sing in the church too. So lots going on down there, and the snow just makes it more like Christmas. It'll be like we're in a snow dome.
Now, I want to tell you something about a track that you did the last time you were here. It was a little thing that you put out. I don't know if you put it out generally, but it was out to coincide with some gigs you were doing. I think with Kieran Goss, I can't remember who, but it was a track called Love and Happiness. People love that track. Can they get that? People have asked me all the time where they get that.
Well, that particular track is going to be, when we release our new CD in the spring called Dreams of Flying, that's going to be a track that you can go to the website and download as an extra track. That particular track I recorded with Willie Nelson.
Yeah.
But there's a recording on 2 CDs of mine, 10 Summers and Love Me Like a Song, of that song, and it's a duet with Emmylou Harris because I wrote it with Emmylou Harris.
Yeah.
Second only, to Willie Nelson, I guess, but Emmylou just sings so beautifully on it, and so there's that recording, and then she recorded it with Martin Knopfler on the All the Road Running CD too. So there's all sorts of places
you've written stuff for Martin Knopfler. Was there any of your tracks on the Roadrunner?
That song.
Is that yours?
Love and Happiness is on there.
Oh, sorry. I lost track of that for a minute. That's on that as well, of course.
It gets confusing. I almost lost track of it. I was the one telling the story.
That's right. That was on that. I'd completely forgotten that was on that track. So
it's
they can
on
get
there
that.
So people can get that record, or they can get 10 Summers or Love and Happiness for You, or they can wait pretty soon when this Christmas thing's over with, and we'll be putting it up with Dreams of Flying as a free download on the website with the Willie track. That's the only place you can get that.
Okay, well, we'll talk about your songwriting more in a little while. Maybe perhaps you'd like to do something for us,
Let's
Kimmy?
do a song. Let's do the title track from the Christmas CD.
And what's that called again?
It's called Miracles on Christmas Day.
That's lovely, yeah, thanks.
2, 3, 4. Notes of music, words of peace, drifting on a snowflake breeze, a spirit in a melody to grace the sidewalk crowd, a laughing Santa rings a bell, and change falls into a wishing well. Giving hands reach out to make the miracles on Christmas Day. And all around you can hear the sound of angel voices singing songs of love, joy and faith, and miracles on Christmas Day. Lights and stars upon a tree, a lady on a ladder strings, her vision in a window scene, to grace the sidewalk crowd. See the hope on every face, as different as the falling flakes. The magic of believing makes the miracles on Christmas Day. And all around you can hear the sound of angel voices singing songs of love and joy and faith and miracles on Christmas Day. The magic of believing makes the miracles on Christmas Day.
That's lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you, Gabriel. Nice bit of guitar. That's lovely guitar. It's a wee Gibson.
Thank you. Yeah.
Tiny one.
54 LG1.
Oh, I've got a list here as long as your arm. Waylon Jennings, and as you mentioned, Mark Knopfler and Emmylou Harris. What a great thing to do. You know, you must be proud of yourself.
I love my job.
It's a great job, isn't it?
Just make stuff up out of thin air and then just sit around with your fingers crossed and hope somebody hears the songs. You know, that's one thing my records are good for, too, besides that I just love to record and perform and everything, is it gives those songs a life, which is kind of what we were doing with the Christmas record. I mean, one has written Christmas songs, one must record them.
Oh, that's a lovely, lovely record.
Oh,
it's
thank
great.
you.
And
Thank
I see here that you've done some movie soundtracks as well, and that's a hell of a good thing
Oh,
to do,
one
isn't
time it was wild, Jerry. I had Bob Ezrin, who was producing, he produced Pink Floyd, and he was in the studio in London doing a Peter Gabriel record. And Gabe, meanwhile, it's summer and it's hot outside and our air conditioner's gone out, and Gabe's making a record for me in the living room because the studio's not finished. And it just went on. And so then they wanted a song for Babe, Pig in the City. So there's this girl named E.G. Daly who does the voice of the Rugrats and Babe. And so E.G. Daly is calling me every day, and her voice really is like this. And I'm writing a song. I'm trying to write a song with her, too. Part of the criteria was I had to also write a song with Babe. And so, I mean, it was just really wild. I think that was the wildest movie thing I've ever had anything to do with. But I've also had songs in other films.
Hard to write for a pig.
Yeah. It's even harder to write with one.
I see here that you and, of course, your good friend Beth Nielsen Chapman, whom I met, first time I met you were with her, and you've written some stuff for Touched by an Angel.
We wrote a song called Shine All Your Light in the Sun.
That's right.
I got to sleep on Beth's couch for about 8 years because I was commuting from Texas to Nashville. I had a publishing deal there, and I didn't want to move to Nashville. So if I had a house, it might happen. So I just stayed with Beth for years, helped her raise her son.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah, she is great. I love her. She's my sister.
And Touched by an Angel, I mean, the star of that is Roma Downey, who's from Derry, that's where I'm from.
See,
and,
it's a small world.
It is indeed. I'm just looking at that, how wonderful it all kind of comes together. And there's just so many names here, so many things you've done. I don't know where to start. But basically, I would like to ask you to sing another one.
Well, we're going to do a song that I wrote at Christmas time, like just about the week before Christmas one year. And I wanted to write this song. I had to have it finished and recorded and in by the Christmas party the next afternoon to give as a Christmas present to my dear friend and songman, David Conrad. And so I was driving around on the streets of Nashville trying to figure out what to write. And I saw a homeless man looking in the window of a bar. And I thought, wow, what if I wrote a song from his point of view? And then it all just started, it clicked, and it started coming to me. And I wrote this song called Angel Unawares. Okay. A rainy night one Christmas Eve, the pretty light shined on the streets. I pulled my coat around my ears and popped another beer. They don't make Christmas like they used to. The angels singing hallelujah. Now we have to entertain our angels unawares. Oh, once I read it in the good book, give every stranger's face a good look. You never know when you might meet an angel unawares. Oh, I longed to catch the midnight bus, but half a buck just ain't enough to really get you all that very far away from here. Inside the bar, a carol played. I stood there staring at my change, like if I wished it hard enough, a 50 would appear. Oh, once I read it in the good book, give every stranger's face a good look. You never know when you might meet an angel unawares. Well, I dropped my change in a blind man's cup, and I smiled at him as he gazed up. He wished me Merry Christmas, and oh, those tidings were so glad. And the sudden smell of evergreen took me home in my memory to the joy of every Christmas Eve my family ever had. Oh, once I read it in the good book, give every stranger's face a good look. You never know when you might meet an angel unawares. Oh, an angel unawares.
That's lovely, thank you very much. And your Christmas album's called Miracles on Christmas Day. And that's it can be got on your website if people are interested, and I'm sure they will be.
They
You're
should.
You're from Lubbock in Texas.
I'm from Lubbock, and thank you for saying that right. So many people say Lubbock.
Oh, I'm far too educated to make a mistake like that.
I know. Well,
That's where Buddy Holly's from.
that's right.
Hey, what
That's
gene?
right.
Eh? Isn't that fantastic?
I know. I love to listen to those old tracks that I know they recorded in that garage down the street in Lubbock when
Do you know
Peggy
his
Sue
neighborhood?
with
Do you know his neighborhood where he was?
that was the air conditioner. They had to do it to that beat because that was the air conditioner in the garage. Yeah, you know, the funny thing is he lived on 27th Street. I lived on 27th Street. I'm told that, and if you start asking every musician that comes from Lubbock, they have some history on 27th Street. It's the Miracle on 27th Street.
I remember going into a place called in Iowa. It's a little airport called Mason City, and I remember flying into that. We're going to somewhere. I can't remember where it was, and we're just going to the airport, and I saw this freeway. It said Buddy Holly Freeway. I said, Buddy Holly Freeway. What's the point? Why is that? They said that's where his plane crashed.
Oh,
Mason
no.
City. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, we don't even have time to get me started on that. Waylon was a friend, and he would tell the most amazing stories about that night.
Wasn't he supposed to be on the plane?
He was supposed to be on the plane, and they put all the stars on the plane. And the story's too long to tell in detail. But I went to the University of Texas one day when Waylon was doing a talk on being in the music business. So here are all these students in the arena ready to take down notes about how to go to Nashville and get songs cut. And Waylon goes up there, and he didn't even think about what he was going to say. We'd been eating hamburgers and shopping and stuff, and he started talking about the night the plane crashed, and he said they arrived and the plane wasn't there, and the idea was that the stars would get there and get some rest, and it was a snowy night, and so he said we just felt awful, and we just wanted to go home, but the promoter came to him and talked him into doing the show in honor of Buddy and everybody, and they talked all the bands into doing the show, and then he said, and then they came to him after the show and wouldn't pay him. And he said, and the reason they gave was because Buddy wasn't there. And he looked at that arena of students. He said, that's what I wanted to tell you about the music business. Come on, Jesse, let's go.
Well, that's a wonderful lesson in itself.
Our mouths were just hanging open, it was just
that's a lesson in itself.
Astounding, yeah.
But to be in that little tiny airport where that plane took off from, it was very moving for me, actually, when I realised it, when I went back to it and I realised that's where the plane took off, the Big Bopper, Richie Valens. Mm-hmm. And then, funny enough, Mason City is did you know, it was the model for River City, the Music Man.
Really?
There's a statue of Meredith, what do you call Meredith Williams, I think it is. I've got trouble. Right here in
River
City.
City.
That was Mason City. So
it starts
anyway.
with a capital T and it rhymes with E or something, I don't know.
That stands for pool.
Yes, that's right. It rhymes with
No, we're
T,
getting down different roads now. So, Kimmy Rhodes, okay, so you're appearing tonight in the Bronte Centre in Rathfriend and tomorrow night, and as far as we know, the gig is,
well,
the gig is still
we'll be there
going,
if they'll
yeah?
be there. We're going to be there, and, it's what my husband used to always end his radio show, come when you can.
Kimmy, it's been a pleasure to have you in here, and thank you for coming in, and thank you, Gabriel.
Absolutely.
Gabriel Rhodes, and thank you very much indeed. And maybe you'll do another little song for us.
Well, we have a choice. We can do another Christmas song, or we can do Love and Happiness.
Oh, do Love and Happiness. Not that there's anything wrong with the Christmas songs, but people love Love and Happiness.
It's kind of a Christmas song, and since this little benefits for the Royal Hospital for Sick Children, the Como, Romania, and I think this lullaby is the perfect thing.
Okay, off you go.
Here's a wishing well. Here's a penny for any thought it is that makes you smile. Every diamond dream, anything that brings love and happiness to your life. Here's a rabbit's foot. Take it when you go, so you'll always know you're safe from home. And wear your ruby shoes when you're far away, so you'll always stay home in your heart. You will always have a lucky star, shines because of what you are, even in the deepest dark, 'cause your aim is true. If I could only have one wish, then it would be this: love and happiness spinning wheel. I use it once you've learned. There's a way to turn straw to gold. And here's a rosary. Count on every beat with a prayer to keep the hope you hold. You will always have a lucky star. Shines because of what you are. Even in the deepest dark. Because your aim is true. Oh, if I could only have one wish, then it would be this: love and happiness for you. Oh, if I could only have one wish, then it would be this: love and happiness for you.
She put us down the highway, barely making it, holding up the line at 10 miles an hour. Smoke coming out of that rusty old wagon. Looks like she's been running for 20 long years. She finally makes it to the gasoline station, gets out of that wagon, hair long and wild, boots on her feet, army green jeans. Something about her made me uneasy. She asked the man how long to the next town. She asked the man, 6 miles to McKinney. I'm standing in a line, Coca-Cola in my hand, looking at the chicken on the hidden lamps. She walks up to the counter in a ragged old sweater, smells like a dog been lying in the sun. She asked for camels and a gallon of gas. Hey baby, that should last. 6 miles to McKinney. Sink. Something smelled funny when I walked in the door. No locks on the stalls and I went for the wrong one. Needless to say, I was a little surprised. I let out a scream, but she just laughed at me. Yeah, she just laughed at me. 6 miles to McKinney. Telephone wires, the crazy look in her eye, the hair black and wild. I couldn't get that woman out of my mind. I can see us riding in that wagon together, waving to the man at the gasoline station, blowing by every sign. 6 miles to McKinney. 6 miles to McKinney.
That's a song called 6 Miles to McKinney from an American singer called Claire Holly. Oh, people loved Kimmy Rhodes. What a lovely person. What a lovely voice. For God's sake, I'm just sitting here mesmerised. Okay, Christmas. The weather's playing havoc with a lot of things. Christmas concert in Antrim Forum Leisure Centre tonight. And both concerts on Saturday, 4th of December, have been cancelled due to adverse weather conditions. Christmas fair due to take place tomorrow at the Balance House in Glenavy has been cancelled. And the SELB, I'm not Southern Education Library, yes, music service rehearsals due to take place in the Music Service Hall and Drumcree College tomorrow have been cancelled. That's cancelled tomorrow. The Spa Presbyterian Church Antiques Fair in Ballynahinch tomorrow has also been cancelled. And the Zomba Action Project Square Dance, due to take place tonight in Coleraine Town Hall, has been cancelled on account of the bad weather. And the Glens of Antrim Historical Society book launch at St Mary's Parish Centre tonight in Cushendall has been cancelled, of course, due to the weather. And the Christmas fair in Downshire Road, Presbyterian Church Hall tonight in Gerry, has been cancelled due to the snow. So there we are, all kinds of things cancelled. It really is horrendous outside. So if you don't hear a thing is cancelled, it's not cancelled. But if you hear it's cancelled, it is cancelled. So there you are.
Girl, your voice is like an ocean deep in a woman's eyes. Girl, your choice in a man is a thing and making a woman cry. Worlds collide when the people hear you sing. No denying, everybody knows the Queen. Queen of soul, there is a woman in the room. Queen of soul, in the fullness of her power. Queen of soul, there is a woman at the tomb. Queen of soul, and another in the tower. Girl, your song is a tune that every woman can understand. Love and a longing in the search for a faithful man. Freedom and chains are the stories that you sang. Oh, all that remains of every man who would be king. To the Queen of Soul, there is a woman in the room. Queen of Soul, in the fullness of her power. Queen of Soul, there is a woman set to bloom. Queen of Soul, and another on the hour. Oh, there's a woman at the well talking to the King of Kings. And he didn't have to tell her much to tell her everything. All about her life, all about her love, all about the water she was so in need of. But you already know, Queen of Soul, Queen of Soul, Girls, let your voices ring like a shot heard around the world. You'll be wise in your choices. Pave your paths with a tiny pearl. Pray for your sisters. We all need support. Put your love light
What a great song. Some great women singing in this programme today, I'm telling you. That's a song called Queen of Soul from Ashley Cleveland from an album called Before the Daylight Shot. That's an album that was out 2 years ago. Charity Santa Run due to take place in Lurgan Park on Sunday the 5th of December. This Sunday has been postponed until the 12th of December. And the Cayley in the Hilltown Hall scheduled for tomorrow night has been cancelled. Great guest, Roy Orbison and Hoss Cartwright also came from Lubbock, Texas. Lovely programme. Gerry, can you please play Fairy Tale of New York? I don't have it with me. What a great accent Kimmy Road has. Yeah, talk like that. I think I can learn to talk like that. She's lovely. Oh, I love her. Since it started snowing, all my wife has done is look through the window. If it gets any worse, I'll have to let her in. Oh, what a cruel and unnerving thing to say. Gerry, I am just after driving through Dundalk, and the army are out with shovels lifting the snow and laying down grit. There's a message here for everyone. Well, I wonder, is it the British Army? If there is, there'll be a diplomatic incident. Now, there are two types of people in this world. People who understand what this song is about and people who don't. Let's see if you're one of the other. In other words, which one are you? Back on Monday. It's Roxy Gordon.
So Hank Williams was an Indian, but John Kennedy wasn't. And Chuck Berry is an Indian, but Michael Jackson ain't. And street people are Indian, but presidents of the United States ain't. And Pancho Villa was an Indian, but Che Guevara was not. And Leonard Peltier is an Indian, and the FBI ain't. And Willie Nelson is an Indian, but the president of Baylor University and unions full of cops ain't no Indians. And Los Angeles is an Indian, but New York City ain't. And Fort Worth, Texas is an Indian, but Dallas, Texas ain't. And Africa is an Indian, but Europe ain't. And baseball is an Indian, but football ain't. And Crazy Horse was an Indian, but General Custer wasn't. And Sitting Bull was an Indian, and the Indian policemen who killed him were also Indian. And Quanah Parker was an Indian, and so was Cynthia Ann Parker, who was Quanah's all-white mother. And poetry is an Indian, and journalism ain't. And proper punctuation ain't Indian. And circles are Indian. And random lines are Indian. But straight lines won't never, ever be Indian. And red meat is Indian, and corn is Indian, and potatoes are Indian, and fry bread is Indian, and health food stores try hard to be Indian, and living is Indian, but expecting to live forever ain't Indian.
That's a singer-songwriter called Roxy Gordon. He's dead now, God rest him. That's a song called Indians. And I don't know where you can get that. People keep asking me where, but I really don't know. So that's all we have time for today. Be very, very careful on the roads today because it is extremely treacherous. Back on Monday.
Gerry, safe home. Let's hope. Stray pip there. Safe home. Have a good one over Glen Shane. Let us know if you get past it. Okay. It's 12 o'clock. This is Talk Back with Wendy Austin.
Snow, 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 snow.
Yep, it's Arctic out there. How's the weather hitting you? We'll have a roundup of what's on, off and closed, and our Cecilia will tell us if there's more to come.